Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to our channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than what you're used to. It's going to be kind of like a girly, chatty solo vlog with me. So I've had a few questions come through on Instagram and our comments, and people reach out to me through DM asking like, how did I get my job? How am I doing my career overseas? Where did I go to school? How do you do this as a military spouse? Because everyone kind of knows it is super rare. I've also been asked a few times like, how the heck do you style short hair? Like ever since you cut your hair, we've seen different hairstyles and we just kind of want to know how you're doing it. So I'm not a hairstylist by any means, but I've learned a thing or two in the past 3 months of having short hair. So I wanted to share. So we're just gonna knock two birds out with one stone, and I'm gonna show you how to style Maddy's short hair and how I got my job and how I did schooling free at that as a military spouse. Okay, first order of business, wash hair day. We're going to wash this greasy mop. I usually wash my hair about once a week, sometimes twice a week if it really needs it. These are the products that I use, the brand Hairstyles. I've used it for about a few years now, and whenever I run out of it, my hair can definitely tell. It's bougie at this point. We're also going to be starting at the beginning of my job careers as a military spouse. That was back in Omaha, Nebraska at Offutt Air Force Base. I got a job about a month after we got married at Scooter's Coffee Shop. Then got a job at Massage Envy as a receptionist and kind of like sales, and then moved on to Target, and I did kind of like customer service, cashier, all of that. Each one of those jobs kind of gave me like a new friend or a new experience, or just like I got something out of each job that I had there. Each one of them kind of helped me navigate like what would I want to do, because at that point I kind of knew what I wanted to do and kind of knew what kind of career I wanted to go into, but it was just kind of for the time being type of jobs. Shower real quick and wash this. Okay, first thing, this. This is my Christmas present from Santa. And I can't tell you the last time I dried my hair. Like, I've been using the air wrap since Christmas, but like before that, I couldn't tell you the last time that I dried my hair. So we're gonna plug this in. I'm just gonna put the blower attachment on it for right now. Take this wet hair down. I also use this product. This is like a leave-in serum. Every once in a while, I'll just put this in my scalp. Oh, I also forgot to mention that I use this in the shower. It's like a scalp brush, and you just like slide it on your fingers and like massages your scalp. And I noticed a big difference in like my itchy, dry scalp has changed. Okay, before I start blow drying, I want to also say that while I was doing all three of those, I wasn't doing all three of the jobs at the same time, but while I was doing those jobs in Omaha, I was looking for a school. I was wanting to go to school. I was trying to find something that I could do. Then I stumbled across my CAA, which was brought up by my friend Ashlyn. If you guys remember her from Omaha, I will link her channel down below. She is now living in Italy, living her best life. I am forever grateful that she brought that up because I had no idea what the heck my CAA was. Okay, as you can see by my cheeks, it's very warm in here. I already lost the robe. I am about 3/4 of the way dry. This is kind of where I would take off the blower attachment and put on one of the other ones to style it. But since I'm just going to bed, I'm gonna finish blow drying it. But I wanted to stop and mention a few more things before I completely finish for the night. So once Ashlyn told me about it, I immediately started researching where, who, what, when, all that type of stuff. And I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I had originally been just focusing on something in the healthcare world, something medical related, anything like that. And I've always had a heart for helping people, and I knew I was driven for that. So dental had always kind of like interested me, and so I was like, why the heck not? It's free at the end of the day. So I was assigned a representative through my CAA kind of thing, and they helped me understand more knowledge on it, what to look for in a school, who to reach out to, all that type of stuff. It was like one phone call appointment and then a bunch of emails. So I just went school searching and I knew I wanted to stay with somewhere in Texas. So I found West Texas A&M University over in, I believe it's Canyon, Texas. They had all the requirements that I needed to apply and get approved through my CAA. And I reached out to, I think it was the program coordinator, or it was someone who could approve of this for the program that I was wanting to do. And it was super quick, super easy, super simple, and it almost felt too good to be true. The lady from West Texas A&M immediately responded, approving it, saying yes. She enrolled me online because this was a year after COVID. It was like March 2021. Yeah, crazy. So before I knew it, I was starting school online in our home in Omaha, Nebraska, learning how to be a dental assistant. Okay, we're all dry now. Last thing for hair tonight is I wear a bonnet to bed, and this started because I have eczema, so I've been wearing eczema cream I have eczema on my neck and on my face. So the ointment that I'm having to use is like super greasy. So in the middle of the night when my hair gets caught in the cream, it makes it super greasy. So I discovered a bonnet, and that's what I wear to bed every night. I'm really exposing myself right now, but I want to be helpful in every way possible. So I suggest you guys getting a bonnet to sleep in because it helps with, I know I did it for my skin, but then now I'm noticing like it's helping with like the breakage, less greasy in general. It's just overall like been really good and a positive experience. So that's all for hair care and styling tonight. I'll pick up the camera whenever I style my hair again and we'll talk some more military spouse, job, and schooling. Hey guys, it is now a few days later. We are going to do a different hairstyle than just washing and drying it. We're going to just straighten it today. I'll kind of show you how I straighten this short hair. I like to divide it up because I have really thick hair, so I'll brush through it. And then I like to use a heat protectant. This is by the brand Chi. I wanted to pick back up on what we were talking about. After I got started with the connections on my CAA with getting West Texas A&M and my CAA in contact with each other, I want to say that I got like a case, but it wasn't a case. It was like, I guess it was a case, like with my name on it and the approval and requirements and all that type of stuff. Now, this is just my experience. This is not probably how every experience is gonna go, but it was super quick, super easy, and the only thing I had to wait on was getting enrolled because I had to enroll when the classes were starting and such. The MyCAA is a $4,000 scholarship to cover like a certificate, anything that is within that $4,000 range, which is usually like a certificate or something. So got that kind of like the money, but you know, the scholarship approved, started the class. And since it is a certificate, it was like a 6-month course or something like that. And then it was all online. So it was all in my own pace. And I mean, I personally liked it because some stuff I got quicker, some stuff I got slower. So I got to decide on how fast or how slow I got to go. We're moving on to the last section. I'm not sure about you guys, but I find short hair to be a lot harder to style than long hair. And as far as the back of my head goes, I can't see that. So we're just rolling with what we think we know. Okay, anyways, so while I was doing school in Omaha, I was also working. So those jobs that I listed earlier in the video, I was doing those while I was in school. I actually quit scooters when I started school because I was like, I don't know if I can handle both. I stopped working at the coffee shop just at school, and then I was like, shh, I could do both. I was able to study on the weekends, do everything in the evenings after I got home from work. Okay, so this is Maddy with short, straight hair. My hair has a natural like curve and like wave to it. So I'll kind of like do a little curve on the ends, but not too much. Anyways, that's kind of the recap of Omaha school stuff. I'll catch you guys with another hairstyle in a little bit. Hey guys, it's a few days later and I am now going to do a different hairstyle while also telling you the jobs that I've had here on the island. So this hairstyle, I have divided my hair in half. I use this like pick brush, and I just put this side as best I could up in a bun so that way I don't accidentally pull from this side. And I'm going to French braid each side. My hair is very short, so I can only go so far. I usually will stop and do like a little pigtail, but it kind of makes me look like this emoji. And so I started doing little buns. I'm about halfway done with this braid. I wanted to mention the first thing that I did whenever we got here. So I was about 3 days into quarantine here in the TLF building on Kadena, and I was like, I'm going crazy. I want a job. So I heard through all the Facebook groups that I joined for the island that USA Jobs was the place to look. So that's what I did. I went straight to USA Jobs, and I was applying left and right to everything that I could qualify for. Of course, first thing that called me back was I got a few interviews with, I think it was the middle school, the high school, for like substitute teacher positions, paraprofessional. Immediately, I took whatever paid the most. And the paraprofessional was like a more stable income. So went with that and found out very quickly, just not for me. Did that from January to, okay, this is what it looks like. It's not like the cleanest or anything. It's not like the cutest. Well, I take that back. It's pretty cute. I'm gonna put some dry shampoo in it because we're quite a few days into not washing our hair, and then I'll spray it with hairspray. While I was working at the school, I was constantly on USA Jobs because I kid you not, that website, like, okay, yeah, you apply for a job, but then you don't hear back for like months on end. So I was like, the sooner I apply, then I guess the sooner I'll get a call back, you know? Finally, I got a call back from a HR assistant position at Torrey Station. It was basic office job, work type setting. I learned quite a few things. It was another great transition job, higher pay, more consistent. I was officially a GS employee at that point, so that was really nice. And I did like basic HR things, and then eventually I moved over to the passport office, and so I'm a passport agent. I was certified and went through the training and everything like that, so that was kind of cool. At this point, I have a dental assistant certificate. I just haven't had any way of working in a dental job. If you ask any spouse, it's like, you're really lucky if you get to work in your career. It's super rare, especially overseas, especially on Okinawa. So I'm constantly looking for dental jobs in the back of my mind, but there's nothing that's coming about. I was also, when we first moved here, dead set on finishing school. I was like, there's gonna be some way, somehow I can do hygiene school. Silly, silly girl. My time will come eventually, and I just have to be patient. I started in April of 2022 at the HR assistant position. It was October of 2022. One of Gabriel's coworkers had known that I had been wanting to work in dental. She sends me this link of this advertisement that the whole island, a bunch of different clinics and bases are needing dental assistants. We're moving on to the second braid. Fun fact, I actually taught myself how to do this while I was in quarantine. That's how bored I was. I had never known how to braid my hair. I taught myself in quarantine. Anywho, she sends me this advertisement and I'm like, what the heck? Like, no way. Immediately applied. And within a month, I was working at a dental clinic, and it was so crazy because I really did not expect them to take me on. I literally had no experience. Like I said, I graduated and we PCS. They took me on right away, and it was kind of a process because it's a contract. They have contracts with the government, and then they hand out contracts to civilians. It took a minute to get like in the system and stuff like that. Once I was, they hired me on, did my onboarding, and before I knew it, I was literally doing stuff that I thought that I'd have to wait years and years for. Such a blessing. I am truly like forever grateful for that, for Gabriel's coworker, and for me being able to like work there and like them taking me on. Like, it's so crazy. It is a crazy life I live. A year and a half later, I'm still there. I did all of my training and learning how to be a dental assistant at this job, getting these connections and becoming close and like having like a work family, even though people were constantly PCSing in and out. It's been so great. Yeah, those are kind of like the jobs that I've had here. Anyways, so these are the braids. A little messy, but that's okay. I'll see you guys in a few days for another hairstyle and possibly the last little update of this vlog. Okay, I was trying to do like a little change of scenery because I didn't want you to always just be sitting at my desk. So I've got my standing mirror over here that we have in our bedroom, and I figured that I could sit in front of this and do my hair. Just kind of do my last go-to hairstyle that I do with short hair. Now, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of hairstyles that I can somewhat attempt or try and do, but it has been a lot harder for me to style short hair than it has been with long hair. But right now, this is kind of like my last go-to hairstyle. It's just curls, which also the Dyson Airwrap has a curling wand attachment, a thick barrel and a thin barrel. But that's kind of like a blowout look to me, and I kind of like ringlets, and I like to be able to brush them out and stuff. Whenever I first started curling my hair, whenever I cut it super short, I started using this. It's like super tiny, but it would look like I did a perm on myself, like Shirley Temple type curls. And that was fun for a little bit, but I was like, that's not like, I don't know. I'm not gonna do that all the time. Like if I'm curling my hair, I'm gonna use a thicker barrel. This is kind of like the thickest I have. It doesn't necessarily work too well, so like this slant one works a little bit better for me. But I'm gonna do some curls, and I'm gonna close up this video on my perspective of this dental job that I've gotten here. Again, divide my hair, heat protectant, and then we'll finish strong with some Tresemme. So finding out about this job was through a friend, and then I reached out to the girl who advertised it on her Instagram story of all places, and then she sent me a link, which I will link down below. Who knows, maybe you're a dental assistant. If you're not, I know that the Red Cross does a program here. Those are some of my coworkers actually are Red Cross volunteers. These are also not Air Force bases that we're working on. I just kind of curl and leave a little bit out, but I kind of curl up to my root, and I only hold for a few seconds, and then I drop and release. And then I leave them in ringlets all the way until the end, and then I spray them, and then I'll shape them out. I don't really brush them out. I finished with the first layer, just spritzed it with some hairspray. I wanted to go over what requirements I needed for this job, which is, it kind of is so crazy to me. So like I said earlier in the video, I had graduated, finished, accomplished, completed the course, WPCS, like immediately. So whenever I reached out to this company, I was like, hey, I have the license that you're asking for, but like I don't have anything else. And they were like, no, that's fine. Is that literally how it works? Like it's okay? And they're like, yeah, just send us the certificate and then just go and get a BLS certification. So luckily I found this lady who does them out of her home. When you go overseas, you kind of find out that a lot of people do things out of their home. And she was able to certify me within 4 hours or 5 hours or however long it was. And I got my little card and everything like that. And it was like $45 and turned it into the company. And that's all they needed. I had never worked in any kind of healthcare or anything related to, maybe I would get some terminology in the back of my head or some kind of training or anything. No, I did not have anything. They literally didn't care. They trained me on site, and I got assigned to a doctor, and I've been with him for about a year and some change, and it's crazy. I've learned so much. I was very blessed and fortunate to have that, because I can't imagine just getting thrown to the wolves. Okay, I have finished the curls. I think I hit everything. If I missed anything or you're more fixated on a certain subject or a certain question, please comment, DM me, anything like that. I would love to help you out and answer your questions. I understand how hard it can be and lonely it can get. So if I can be a helping hand or an advocate for you, I would love to. I'm gonna shake these curls out real quick. Probably pass out from doing that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope this was fun. Having a girly little chatty vlog. I know that some of our viewers love that. I personally do. So I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you'd like to see next, and we'll see you in our next adventure.